Blah. Okay. Hello. Hi, chat. If chat is your real name, I'm actually gonna bring this window. Do I want to bring this window over here? Or do I want to actually wake up the kitten, pick up the remote, and turn on this screen to my right, which is the vertical screen? You guys really. Yep. Oh, God, I hate when it does that. Ay, ay, ay. Anytime I turn on the monitor over here, it screws up like all of my damn windows. Every single one of them. Alrighty. Now we've got the song How's Computer? It's okay. The rest of the computer's fine. This Toshiba piece of junk, not so much. I'm probably gonna crack this open based on what you guys have been saying. This little cute thing is the replacement. It's a little portable drive. But y'all really need to see this. Now, I'm gonna take a picture and post it in Discord, Kevin. Well, you already kind of seen it, but now with better lighting. Look at this. How can I stream? I got a kitten. Here, I'll post it in Discord. Look at this little ball of fluff. Little ball of fluff is having a nap. Look at that kitten. Alright. Hi. How you doing? Okay. Seriously. Which freaking window? Okay. It moved the game up here, so let's move the game down here. Alright. Alright. Now I can actually see my game. Okay. So as you can see, things are a little bit different. You notice I don't have the signature with the hand drawn fire in the corner anymore. That's because I don't have access to that file. Apparently I never I originally had created it on this drive. So all of the other stuff for my stream, like my blue fire video back here, is because I had originally downloaded it to a different drive and never removed it from that other drive. So, yeah. That's actually my Blue Sky header. It's the file I made for my Blue Sky account. Okay, what is going on in the things? I'm trying to think of how best to phrase something. Okie dokie. Hang on. Somebody's being weird and I don't understand it. So... Anywho, let's go play a video game while I have a kitten on my desk. There's a pretty kitten in my desk. If you're in my Discord, you'll actually be able to see her where she's eeping right now. So what are we gonna do? We are on the bridge back to the rest of King's Gondor from Peneth Gellin. And this is where we left off. Basically, I apologize. I was on the official yesterday. What happened was Corey had to reinstall Windows on his Mac and then reinstall Lotro within that Windows build. And he didn't get done until like 2:20. His show starts at 1. So I'd already gone on the air for a bit. And when he got his computer up and running, I'm like, oh, great, I'll just hop off. And so I made way and let him do his thing for like an hour and a half or whatever. An hour and change. And then he hopped off, even though I was like, dude, you can just run as late as you want. I don't care. Because I wasn't planning on streaming again yesterday because by the time Corey was done, it was like 3:45. I'm like, well, I should probably go watch Fridays at 4. In case people act up. And wound up actually falling asleep. I was that tired. Kittens keep you up late. I woke up like halfway through Fridays where I felt really bad about it, but it was okay. I wasn't needed for any reason. And grab those and open that box and eat that. Let's get our 2 bags back. I'm being very puzzled by something in the DDO Discord right now. I'm not going to talk about it though, beyond mentioning that I'm very puzzled by something. It's very weird. Since we're going to be getting more enhancement runes. Hey! Enhancement runes. Gather that up. Chuck those back in there. Okay. So we have the quest to gather all of the people for the ship, the crew, the Wave Hunter. Now, with this quest, there are 5 companions you must get. Nariel up in the Green Hills. Legolas and Gimli, Sirgan and Pelargir, Sigaleth and J-Jax. Now you have also 5 optionals to pick up. And the reasons why you'd want to pick up the optionals is you get a lot more story with them. And some interesting encounters that you wouldn't otherwise get. Including one of the 2 hints that we got that there were elves in the south. Which is pretty good. Pretty neato. Alright. So. Ah! What's going on? Kevin, 75-month resub. You must like this channel or something. I wouldn't disrespect you by saying that you are only here for the kitty cats. But, as you have already discovered, Stormlost does have her own Twitch emote. She is my stream kitty, and she's right here. Hi. Oh, she just woke up. Come here. Oh, big stretch. Come here. Come here. Oh, look at, listen to her. Oh, I apparently forgot to turn off Battle.net. Oops, my bad. I'll be playing some WoW later tonight after the stream. But look. Look, she's so hippie. Oh, you are such a precious little... She had her follow-up vet visit today. She's still too young and small for most of the, first-time kitten, treatments and whatnot. However, she did get her distemper shot, which she hated thoroughly. She was not happy about it. And I was told that she's going to be she's running a little bit of a temperature, and that's okay. And that she'll be a little bit sleepy, a little bit eepy today. Any deworm treatment, they're going to do that, but they feel that she's too young for it. However, I did have the wonderful opportunity to have a stool sample tucked in my bag that I handed over to them. Yeah. Fresh poop. Little poop monster. And she is so cute. She's such a cute little monster. Except when she's clawing up my legs, which I have now taken to not only wearing my heavier winter pants, because in the summer you wear lighter clothes, right? So in the winter you wear heavier clothes. I now have also taken to wrapping a terry cloth towel around my legs when she decides to climb up like she's a tree. So yeah, that's a lot of fun. Okay, we are going to go to various places. So J-Jax will be in Dol Amroth over Dadaway. We're gonna go talk to him. I'm actually going to go get the optionals first. So, oh, she's snacking now. She's having snacks. Where was I? Now, let's actually go talk to J-Jax. We'll go do J-Jax's fight. We'll go down this way. And then we get to just take the stable master to Tadra and pick up Rossarin. And his missus. Alright, hold on. What's going on? I'm gonna let the other mods deal with it. Okay. We're gonna go play some video games. I'm gonna hang out with my chat. So one thing that I have done with this stream, besides recovering all of my shit, because, hey, look what I discovered at Ellen, is having to clean a few things up. Thankfully, XSplit, most of my XSplit stuff was already okay. Because XSplit was saved elsewhere, and because I could open XSplit and it had stuff in temporary memory, I was able to just simply save my presentation file all fresh on the regular drive. So in case XSplit goes sideways and I need to reinstall XSplit, then I'm good to go. So yeah, I had to recover a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of stuff that I haven't been able to recover, and it's gonna super suck. So I'm probably gonna crack that drive open and stick it in a dock, which I actually have a dock right here, and it's currently hosting my Steam archives. So I figure, I don't have Steam open all the damn time. Though it is open right now, because I was downloading the latest update to Ark Survival Ascended. Alright. Let's see what's going on here. Let's actually go in the main way, not the trade entrance, as it were. I think Barriadeer has got some stuff for us, or Barriador. One of the Barria dudes. I was wanting us to go check out, see what J-Jax is up to. Our best homie and favorite Corsair. Of course, the thing about this expansion is we all knew the Corsair expansion was going to have J-Jax in it. It was a given. So, I honestly did not... Barriador. Yeah, he's the doer. Barriador. So the question was never, are we getting J-Jax's? Where and how and when are we getting J-Jax? And so... it wasn't even so much a red herring. It's like, here's J-Jax, okay. The one that really got me was the secret about the black veiled lady, if you know. I'm trying to avoid the spoilers here because some people still haven't played this far and they don't know. Alright, Prince Imrahil. He's a little bit cranky. Alright, find J-Jax. Okay. We'll go talk to J-Jax. We're homies. Though apparently, I've heard it pronounced Jaw-Jax. Like, the first A is not it's not J-Jax, it's Jaw-Jax. Or Jaw-Jax. But I've always said J-Jax, and I think that's how most others say it. But doesn't necessarily mean it's right. Where's the kitten now? Where's the kitten? Well, she's not on my feet, because my feet are cold. So I forgot to slip into my slippers. Got to put on my slippers. I went upstairs earlier today. Alright, let's switch our thing. And we're about to go do some stuff for J-Jax. Because he's good at getting us to do things for him, so he doesn't have to. He's good at the Tom Sawyer thing, isn't he? Alrighty. What else is going on in chat tonight, kids? Duding saying, not sure how much chilies at this point open the enclosure. Well, I mean, my thought was to send it off to a professional data recovery people. But if all they're going to do is charge me a ton of money to crack the case open and stick the drive in like an enclosure or something, on the thought that maybe the actual hardware got roasted by whatever went through, and I don't even quite understand how it happened. All I know is that my USB hub spazzed out at one point, and it even like messed up, and somehow it got back to the computer case, I guess, because my monitor spazzed out and I had to reseat all those cables. And the drive started making noises it should not be making. And then when I, like, turned the drive, like, here, let me show you. Like, the drive had been sitting upright, because that's how I would normally just have the drives, like, you know, books, they'd be sitting upright. And what happened was, when I was tilting the drive, and of course, you know, when you tilt the drive, you'll still feel, you know, the weight of the drive will shift. But when it was powered on and I tilted the drive, you could feel the magnets pulling. And I'm like, that's not a good thing. And it started making a sound. And so when I fixed everything and then finally plugged this drive back in, sitting firmly horizontally, I could hear the drive spinning up. And I could hear the C drive also spinning up, a sound that it normally makes whenever it's updating whatever's connected through USB. Like, anytime you plug in anything through USB, the computer does a couple of extra sounds. And it was doing those sounds. And then what was not happening is I wasn't seeing Windows Explorer detecting the disk, the drive. Disk management would detect the drive. But it was saying it had a ginormous size on it. That's not what she said, Galbus, if you're watching. Like, I don't know how many digits that was. I don't even know how big that number was. But yeah. And even disk management was like, you need to initialize this disk. I'm like, okay. GPT, the only GPT that's worthwhile, unlike Chat GPT, which can die in a fire. Not an AI fan at all, I'll be honest. Alright. Quite the opposite, in fact. Anywho, it wouldn't initialize. It wouldn't initialize for master boot record either. It wouldn't. It just didn't care. You've seen some hard drives use annoying firmware to block spin up, but there are ways around it. Yeah, but the drive was spinning as far as I know. Like, he could feel the vibrations of something happening in the drive. But without Windows being able to initialize it, there wasn't much else I could do with it. Do I have the... I still have the game turned down from yesterday. Hold on. Cause I turned it down because I was listening to the De-Encode Amelia Q&A with the devs. That was a lot of fun. I had to go... when I hopped off to let Corey take over the Lotro stream, I stayed around and listened to the rest of the thing. And Weird Jedi has a really nice... has a really nice update to it. Or basically he went, I don't know their gender. They went and had done a summary of everything that had been said. So, hey, Doxamot, how you doing? Go on, get out of here. Again, we're skipping through the dialogue. Don't kill me, Maid of Lions. Mainly because we have done a little bit of creative ore, creative hides, scarlet materials, cooking materials, raw gems. I honestly don't really know. We'll go with cooking materials. Why not? I don't know. What's in here? Oh. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here. That's nice. Alright, so we did that one. Let's go to Tadrent. We'll just ride around. So I gotta go talk to the king's own merchant, who is his own merchant in his own mind. And I have to say, Elisar and Arwen are way too nice to Gargamel. I know his name's not actually Gargamel, but his name always shows up. Galengam is his name, but I always think of Gargamel instead. What's going on in chat over here? Where is the kitten? So I want to move my feet, and I don't want to accidentally kick her. Where is she? Little kitten! Where are you, little monster? I know she's in this room somewhere. I think she's actually under the towel I have wrapped around my legs. Yep, she is. I can just feel her moving. I'm gonna turn the fan off. It's a little bit toasty. A little bit cold in here. Alright. Let's go look at chat. Cross a land block. Do 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 do. Some people need to remember that they don't have to announce their departure. It's not an airport. Anywho, so speaking of the other game, I'm gonna, because I know some of you do play the other game. There is a code available this weekend only called DDO PAX West, all capitals. If you put that in the in-game store in your DDO account, you'll unlock a starter pack from 2024. So make sure you do it on a character you want the stuff on. Because once you open the starter pack, the pack itself is bound to account, but when you open it, you get a bind to character bag, which if you don't deal with bags a lot, it's actually really nice. And it's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm riding the long way because I actually rather enjoy it. It's nice to just get out and about. Um, you also get a green gelatinous cube pet. And what else is in it? Well, the starter pack not only has the bind to character bag, it also has 5 sovereign XP pots. Very nice. And also a permanent Illyri Thistledown cleric hireling. She's only level 3, but she can help top you up, and if you are a caster, she has the ability to cast something called Divine Vitality, which will be very nice if you run out of spell points. Alright, let's go talk to Druidis. Hi. And we want this one. We'll go talk to Rosarin. I'm gonna steal your hubby, and we'll steal you too. I like how Lotro breaks away from a lot of the fantasy tropes about, you know, henpecked husbands. Now, there is a little bit of henpecking going on. Arwen does it to Elisar, let's be fair. And Brutus is definitely the one who wears the pants in that household. But she's also amazing in her own right. So it's cool to watch her and her husband interact. Okay, he's over here. Rosarin, what you doing? I'm gonna collect wildflowers for your missus. I'm gonna punch a bunch of gnats. There we go. Where am I getting emails from? Oh, my credit card company says, hey, we got your payment. Thank you! Now stop sending me emails saying I hadn't paid you yet. Damn it. We're gonna go kill some bog lurkers. We're gonna take this quest while we're here because we're gonna have to kill them anyway. Well, we're not going to have to. But they'll just get in the way of us picking flowers. So we might as well punch them in the legs. I don't know. Punch the root. So it's been a weird week. Work has been a bit busy. Certain people are on vacation, and it makes it hard to get anything done. More flowers. So other fun things that are going on, games I'm going to be playing, if not necessarily streaming, is I am going to be... Actually, let's go back to DDO first, just a second. They have another code that's currently live, and I highly recommend it. It's DDO Strim, DDO all caps Strim, STRIM, in reference to Strim Tom, the DDO streamer, who was featured today on the PAX West Arena. He was not here in America because he's a smart boy and stays in Canada, where he's safer than he would be if he ever came here. Because this is not a good place to be. Politics. Hashtag politics. So yeah, he was like, yeah, I'm not coming to America. No. But he wasn't actually live there. He was like the voice of God. It was really actually kind of cool. And what they had were 3 people who were not regular DDO players, playing DDO for the very first time, and they enjoyed the hell out of themselves. What they did is they took them through a couple of quests in Korthos, which is the starting island, and then took them through a couple of quests in the current expansion with prepared characters. Prepared characters, these are things up ahead of time, etc., etc. And what he did is, since they had never played DDO before, he kind of, stood behind them and guided them to various things. It's like, oh, what would happen if we go down this door? What happens if we do this? Or what happens if we do that? And the three players were freaking the hell out in such a good way. They were enjoying themselves playing DDO. They immediately grabbed onto the fact that breakables are fun. See, I already like them already. They talked a bit about the DM work. They loved the music in the game, particularly the stuff in the Chill Ravenloft stuff. So many kudos to Mr. Bill Champagne, the dude what composed that stuff. So that was pretty exciting. And so what DDO did is they gave Strim Tom his code that is DDO Strim, and that's good until I believe the 14th. And what that will unlock is the Keep on the Borderlands, which is the newer starting area, and it will also give you access to the Keep on the Borderlands bonus items, which includes a medium ingredients bag, which is kind of cool, even in and of itself, and also a mount and a couple other things. And also, it gets you a snowy owlbear pet. And it unlocks the content account-wide. All of your characters will get the mount. Only one character gets the pet, though. It do be what it... So, use those two codes. Also, in the other game, the code 100 slots, the number 100, followed by the word slots, all capital letters, expires tomorrow. So, if you want to get an extra 100 slots of shared storage for free, use that code. Even if you're not VIP, even if you haven't unlocked shared storage yet, when you unlock it in the future through a purchase or by being VIP, you'll have the extra 100 slots automatically. So do that. Also, code Favored Memories. Favored spelled the American way, not the Strim Thomas Canadian way. All capital letters, and that will unlock the Favorite Soul class in DDO, the Artificer class in DDO, both of these account-wide, the Warforged race, also account-wide, and get you account-wide access to 32-point builds, which, frankly, 32-point builds for the win. I can't imagine making a 28-point build anymore. I just can't. It's just, no. It's painful. Those 4 points make a huge difference. There's a bunch of other codes. You can find them on the DDO website in their pack, transfer, unpack, whatever, transfer guide. Go look it up. And much like in Lotro, the 32-bit worlds are going dark forever. Also in Lotro is the old Dark Worlds, like Eldar, Vanyar, Silverlode, all of those ones that people had not been able to play on since 2015. Those are going away forever tomorrow night. Functionally, probably on Tuesday. But when they close the 32-bit worlds, the transfers off of those Dark Worlds will no longer be available. Let's pick up the Stable Master if we hadn't already. Okay, looks like we had. Good. Alright, let's go talk to Gallum. Gallum. Good times. The old Lotro forums, which have been read-only for a while, also go away, probably at the end of tomorrow night. So if you haven't saved anything from the old Lotro forums, you will want to save, and the DDO ones as well. Tom has already assured me, when I mentioned it in one of his streams, that he has indeed saved copies of all of his builds. I'm like, thank you, Tom. Alright, let's go post the notices. Hello, little warm fuzzy kitten. She's not on my feet, but she's definitely enjoying the fact that it's warm under the towel that's wrapped around my feet. Okay, let's find these places to post these notices. So I would say that today's adventure for DDO and the PAX Arena was good. I mean, there were a couple of people bitching about the lag in the PAX Arena chat, but I think most people were just kind of ignoring them. To be fair, they gave away PAX themselves gave away 10 Ultimate Chill of Ravenloft copies. And then they gave another 5 codes to Tom to give away. And then PAX Arena actually rated Tom with like their 1,000 people or however many people were in chat, like 700 some odd. Something amazing. So, DDO did well. DDO did very, very well today. And so I'm happy for him because that kind of thing, it reflects back on both games. Now, it would be nice if there was more of a Lotro presence at PAX, because DDO has had 2 panels at PAX. Lotro has had 1 panel at Gamescom, which was a big deal. I remember Cordo was stupidly happy about it. Though, to be fair, I teased the hell out of Cordo about the very first thing he did as soon as he got to Germany. So he went to the closest retro store he could find. Because that's exactly what that boy did. Because you know he was gonna. I mean, come on. Because there are, of course, the old PAL format Atari consoles. And I think he did get one. Our community manager's a weirdo. But that's okay. He's good people. So it's not... It was a positive day for DDO. And DDO has been struggling. I mean, there have been people still complaining about lag on the Lotro side, but ever since the Blue Berg fix they did, that kind of put things back to where they were before the transfers, and how, well, no, not even before the transfers, but before the update 45 thing turned Lotro into a lag fest. I'm fairly confident that most of Lotro is basically back to the new normal. And the new normal being that, yeah, there's some lag, especially on Orcus and Glamdring. But everyone is back to 64-bit hotness. Whereas DDO has been struggling with that, and they're hoping the smoking gun, the big smoking gun that they have discovered, or hopefully have discovered, will get fixed in next week's patch. Bangies crossed. Hi. Alright. Okay, so Brothers of the Queen, Dweller of Tumbamale, Swan Knight, King's Own Merchant, Carver of Distant Stone. Brothers of the Queen, we're Eladan and Elro here. They're in Ost Arndir. Dweller of Tumbamale. You gotta go talk to Leaf Shade to find about that one. And Swan Knight, King's Own Merchant, Carver of Distant Stone. We need to go to Furuk Zahar. Alright, so the rest of our places are actually on the west side of town. Alright, we need to go to certain places. Let's go to the Stable Master. So one other thing that Stream Tom was talking about on his stream was about one thing he does as a streamer is he turned off Discord's ability to show him how many people he's got watching. You know what? I wound up doing that too, because one of the things that for me has been pretty stressful, I don't think I've ever been down here before. Fascinating. At least something that's been stressful for me as a smaller streamer is streaming a Lotro when there's other people streaming. And they're pulling in much better numbers. And you kind of get yourself into that mindset about you're comparing your stream to those other people's streams. And so I'd look at my dashboard and see I've only got however many people. And I'd be freaking. And I was like, oh, God, man. I wish I did better. Let's go to... Let's go to Ethring. I'm gonna ride south from Ethring. And so kind of what would happen is, like, if I didn't have, like, more viewers, then I would start feeling, like, really, like, honestly down on myself. It's like, oh my God, I'm terrible at the streaming thing, which... And I know there's a lot of other things I can do to make the stream better. You know, more viewer engagement stuff. I might add something that Devilor uses on his stream, which is something where you just type exclamation point emote and then whatever your favorite emote is, and then your emotes start fighting amongst themselves, sometimes with weapons. It's a cool little stream app that engages viewers, you know, gets chat going a little bit while things are happening. Now, doing more engagement stuff with chat rather than just randomly saying, hey, what's going on? And then hearing crickets. But you also have to build your audience in other ways. I will be making more merch, though I know only a couple of you have partaked in that. Let's be honest, I haven't really messed with that too much. Because I always feel kind of weird about it. It's like, you're gonna buy a coffee mug with Thief Kitty's face on it? That would be kind of cool, honestly. Stormlost is going to get her own merch as well. I was actually kind of happy the Stormlost emote had not... I think I copied the emote over to the failed drive. But the original file... my photo archive is actually on my... was on a different drive entirely, so all the photos and screenshots and stuff that I've been saving, anytime I see some cool art on social media, I want to save a copy for myself. I just save a copy of the year, like all my ARC screenshots I need to move as well. Listen to this amazing music from Mr. Bill Champagne. But speaking of Lotro composers, Cordovan did say the other day that he was invited to go to Salt Lake City for Extra Life this year, which that's a big deal. If they're paying for him to fly to Salt Lake to be a part of that, immediately we started thinking, dude, reach out to Chance Thomas, see if you can shoot the shit with him, because hello? Because Chance Thomas lives out in that area. And so if Chance is home, maybe they could get together and hang out for a minute. Maybe talk some, you know, Lotro music for a little bit. That'd be cool. Where am I going? I'm in Lynn here. We need to go to Lower Lebanon. Yeah, we need to go to Aranos. Alright, let's go into town. Find the stable master. And have the stable take us someplace cool. Except the stable master in Lynn here is on the other side of the river. And it's not here. I think you have to go. It's been a while since I've been through Lynn here. Here we are. Are we? Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Yeah, Forsharn. Bang a left, bang a right at Forsharn. Up across the river. I definitely need to get some additional Twitch emotes. I have another slot. I have a couple of slots available. But I never really got, like, the subscriber count that, you know, other streamers will get. Like, let's be honest, the number of subscribers, I've seen people drop, Aranos. I mean, I've seen people drop the same number of more gift subs in one fell swoop than I actually have subscribers. And it does kind of stress me out, because I'm not streaming to make money, or to make this my day job, and I also understand that one of the things about being a successful streamer is that you need to actually stream more often, right? And that's part of my issue is, you know, I've got a day job, so I don't have the opportunity to stream as often as I might want to. Farouk Zahar. There we go. That's what I was looking for. And I generally only stream for like 3 hours a day. When I do stream, it's like 3 hours. And you can see... Akatuk. Is the folks who can stream longer tend to be folks who can stream like 6+ hours. I can't even really do that on my off days. I mean, for like a once, you know... Gondor, how you doing, buddy? Defeat foes of the dwarves. Okay, we can do that. So it turns into a case of either you've got to be okay with where you are as a streamer, or you got to put in that extra work. Punch that poor cub right in the face. And it does help having friends to stream with. But it's got to be like a good partnership. You really want to be. You don't want to be a tag along to somebody else's stream, right? You want to be like a fully fledged partner in that thing where, you know, somebody's just taking it because, you know, whatever reason they might. Alright, hurry to the southeast. Let's go follow. Because collaboration is a really special thing. For example, two partner streamers that I know. One I mod for, one that I don't. The one I don't mod for is... He's got much bigger... Generally runs with much bigger numbers than the one that I do mod for. And they're genuinely friends. They hang out in real life on occasion when they get together. The bigger streamer's up in Canada, and the other one that I know is in California. So they don't get together a lot, but basically they're real life friends. And so by having them, you know, stream together, even though one has like 3 or 4 times the number of people in the community. Okay. Did he join the crew? Okay. He did. Cool. Alright. I think we're gonna go do a really wacky thing. We need to go to Tumbamale. And that's a very long ride from here. But there's also the one that we can do with Sirgon. Let's see. We need to go to Ost Arndir to find the boys. Tamamale, Swan Knight, Kings and Merchant, She Who Remained. Sigleth is in Morlod. Okay. So, we gotta get back to Dol Amroth and go from there. Let's see. Let's get back to Lynn here. Or we can actually go over to Aranos. Hold on. Excuse me. Excuse you! And I do want to put more time into the stream when I can. Because one of the things, if you didn't know, DDO has already launched it, so Locho should probably not be too far behind. But there's a content creator program that is being run by Daybreak. And the DDO one has posted their listing of what they expect people to shoot for. And we're nowhere near that, let's be honest. But that program gives you a good idea of some goals. If you haven't hit those goals consistently, that gives you something to look at. Something to aim for. However you need to get there. Okay. We are... Take a look at our maps here. Lynn here. We'll go to Lynn here. And they're talking about things that they're looking for content creators, things like having a reach. Are people following you on social media? Are you posting on social media? What are you posting on social media? They don't necessarily care if you got like political views or anything, unless you know, you're being super hateful or whatever. But one thing to understand is Daybreak, in Standing Stone even more so. There we go, Dolaramith. Are generally pretty inclusive. So if one of your things is to be anti-LGBT, for example, they're probably not going to be happy with you, even if you do pull in tons of viewers. So the program is not something that most of us Lotro and DDO streamers are used to, because we don't run in those circles. We're not Twitch partners for the most part. We don't get sponsored by, you know, Corsair or whoever. Alright, we need to go to Warlad. So we're not used to dealing with the company on that. Previously, most of us who stream on the two game channels, we basically talk to Cordovan whenever we need anything, right? And he's pretty lackadaisical about a lot of this. And I'm not saying that to disrespect him, but he is generally pretty easygoing about it. But when it comes to like an official program like this, where you're going to have your quote-unquote amateur streamers, like myself, I'm an amateur streamer. Okay, we need to talk to Dwelin. Let's try to go. No, actually, let's ride my favorite horse for a hobbit. It's definitely more professional, and this is the sort of thing that a lot of the folks in the DDO community weren't really aware, and also the Lotro community. It's like some of the streamers, some of the bigger streamers are already hitting those marks, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And I don't think they're actually asking for a lot, to be quite honest. I think the breadth of what they're asking for is like you have these 3 things going for you out of the list of like 5 or 6. Things like streaming a certain amount of time, having like 15 concurrent viewers. 15 is honestly not much of anything. Comparatively, some people are like, oh my god, I never have 15 viewers. Fair. I mean, I rarely have them unless I get raided by somebody. But I also appreciate all of my viewers who are here consistently. Kevin, I'm looking at you. Because you're watching despite any of my flaws. That you're here faithfully every time, pretty much. And I'll be honest, it's kind of hard to build an audience. Even for a smaller game comparatively, like Lotro or DDO. Because there are your big time streamers for these categories, you know, like your Strim Toms, your Voodoo Spice. For example, it's way easy to get into the mindset is like, why should I bother streaming right now? Strim Tom is on and he's got 150 people watching. Nobody's gonna watch me. Well, nobody's gonna watch you with that damn attitude, are they? And so you gotta get yourself out of that mindset. You have to think about, what do you bring to the table that, you know, people aren't gonna get on Stream Tom? Why is your stream cool? You can't be down on yourself. Defeat foes, we can do that. Let's go find some foes to beat up. Why am I getting tagged? Alright. Oh my god! Look at that big honking rock! Alright, you know what? This is a red dot. Let's go beat up this red dot. Whatever it is. It's a burb. Oh, there's birds here. Let's go punch some birds. Punch the birds. 2 fists. Leg. Of course you could just go up and beat up the whites up by the... There we go. Up the hill if you really wanted to. You like small streams and you like being mad at... See? There you go. See, some people don't like those bigger streams because no matter what they do, the streamer's senpai's never going to notice them. Alright? Like, if you're in a big stream, like, you know, I used to watch Co Carnage. Co is a pretty... He's a damn good dude. A solid streamer. Pretty ethical in how he behaves. You know, I met him in real life. He seemed pretty chill. But he's got so many viewers that unless you happen to catch his eye at exactly the right time, he's never going to notice your comment. And there's nothing wrong with it having a chat that big, but it's like the chat doesn't become useful if, you know, you want... Some people go to streams to make a connection with the streamer on some level or to interact with the streamer. And now sometimes that can get creepy when people don't respect boundaries, right? But in a smaller stream, you're going to be noticed if the streamer is paying attention to their chat, which I try to do. Sometimes when I've got, you know, some other window up in the way, then I won't notice chat for a little bit. But I can always do the pop-out chat and put it over here. So it heads right next to my game if I really wanted to. In fact, you know, I'm going to do that. Pop-out chat. Like a little cute window, and I bring you over here so I can just look right over there. There you are. So some of the other things you can do as a streamer to extend your reach is, you know, they were asking for like, oh, what's your Facebook? I'm like, I don't use Facebook. I mean, I have a Facebook. What's your Instagram? I don't use Instagram because it's owned by Facebook. And Facebook can kiss my ass. The only reason I still have, and let's be honest, half the reason I don't bother using Instagram is because some asshole has the name Druidsfire on Instagram, and I'm like, I want my name. And it's the name of my... If you go to facebook.com/Druidsfire, that's me. Sorry. Okay. Sigileth! Hi! This is one of my favorites. I found you? Just as we will now find my brother Cordon. Alright, we got her. Talk to Robalong. Okay, Robalong. You're good. Oh. Grifflet hasn't found Sigilith yet. Wigand has. Corey's Wigand character has saved Sigilith. So he knows that Sigilith is actually alive. Because we all thought she was dead during Siege of Mirkwood. And that's one of the cool things about Lotro is when Maid of Lines does shit like that. He's like, he was dead? What? And then we don't find Corridon for like years later. It's like he went missing at Helm's Deep and we're like, where is he? Okay, so we need the other two optionals are in the newest area. Actually, all of the rest of them other than Sirgon are in the new area. So the reason I'm saving Sirgon and did not go to Pelargir when I was over that away is because we can work on the Sirgon one and the Gualong one. Okay, I'm actually just gonna do the ride, I think. Let me go see where Morlod can take me. Because I don't want to go to Dol Amroth because I'll need to just ride back from Dol Amroth half the way. So, we'll see. Can we get over to Melgabus from here? Or wherever the hell the name of that town is. Nope. Long ride ahead of us. Let's go. At least now riding through Tarlang's Crown isn't that big of a deal. Not like it is on non-King's Gondor. On King's Gondor. Or OG Gondor. OG Western Gondor. Alright. So, Holly, you missed the kitten. She was eeping by my feetses. That's what she's doing right now as well. Also, she was eeping on my desk, literally close to where I keep my trackball. There's a picture of her in the Pets, Pics and Vids channel in my Discord. She's adorable. You also prefer smaller streams? Thank you, Kevin. And again, I mean, you do get lost in larger streams unless you're a moderator, a VIP, or something like that. It's nice to feel like, even if you're not besties with the streamer, that they acknowledge that you're there, but you have to make it not weird. And not make it a, notice me, senpai! Like, I never understood that behavior. I mean, I've seen it a lot. I guess I kind of understand it, maybe. Like, one of the other streamers that I moderate, he doesn't stream very often because he's a working voice actor. But some of his viewers skew younger, like late teens, early 20s. And there's a lot more of that notice me senpai because they're so desperate for that sort of attention from their hero. They do conflate the voice actor with the character. To be fair, the character is very noble. It'd be Spider-Man. Or Shiro from Voltron Legendary Defender. Or any of his other Marvel roles when he's not playing Spectacular Spider-Man. Like King Anduin Rin. I think that's because some of us who don't stream are amazed at them. Yeah, sometimes I wonder why I stream. I have had those moments like, why am I streaming? What do I have What do I bring to the table that other streamers do? Holy crap, look at those big red dots following me. Come on, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. Look at those big red dots. And I've heard some folks say, I could never stream, I get so shy on camera. Well, for one thing, you don't have to have a webcam in order to stream. The whole VTuber thing is a whole ass thing. And there have been times I've considered doing some sort of stream avatar. Maybe not go full in animated VTuber who reacts, you know, to what I'm saying and actually acts like a cartoon. I don't know. There's something weird about it to me. I'm not saying bad. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. Just for me, I don't know. It doesn't feel like something... Because I've always had my face out there anyway, so I'm just kind of used to it. And I'm so used to people, you know, making fun of my appearance. That it kind of... Yeah, it does bother me sometimes, honestly. It can. It can still get to you. But for the most part, you know, it's just like, yeah, whatever, you know. If somebody's gonna say some shit like that in my chat, my banhammer has infinite charges. So, you know, it doesn't... I don't understand why somebody would make those sorts of comments to mock somebody for their appearance. And I do understand that somebody who is more conventionally attractive is more likely to get viewers. But one thing I generally don't have to worry about is getting sexually harassed by people in my chat. So, +1 to the fat and ugly people. Yay, go us! Alright, where's the turn to the town? Man, this is a long ways. Did I go past it? Oh, hell no, I'm not even halfway there. Oh, the one is factually true for sure. I mean, by any stretch of the imagination. I am not a small person. The other one is always beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Or, if you are a beholder, in the eyes of the beholder. But you have to agree that there are certain appearances that are more favored than others by folks who watch channels. And it's easier on the dudes than it is on the ladies. Okay, we know the boys are at IFL, but we have to go to Ost Arndir to find them, so we're gonna go to Ost Arndir. And we'll also talk to the Knight of Peneth Galen. Hey, we're taking the scenic route in. See, there you go, Holly. I've never found that, honestly. Never found somebody You could put up with this. Let's get the armory. Alright, we'll get your stuff. Go talk to your hubby. I love the fact that her husband is not the warrior of the family. I think the armory was back this way, wasn't it? Yeah, here we go. Oh, small hanky to his wife's sword. He's so adorable. I figured at my age, you know, some things are meant for people, right? Some things are not meant for people. It's just the way of the world. Alright, we got Mom on our side. So I do kind of hate that this quest requires you to actually basically either stumble upon the other optionals or look it up on the wiki like I am. Okay, there's one person who tells to go look for the boys. Here is Tolashir. Alright, let's go find the elf boys. What's going on over here? Look at the little kitty! Oh! The kitty looks like my kitty! Look at you! Look at you! Hold on, we gotta pet the cat. Come here! Come here! Come here! You do look like Stormlost! You do look like her! I gotta pet the kitty! You're welcome. There should be a deed for petting kitties in this game. I have a kitty on my foot right now. She is made of warm. I'm going to see if I can pick her up. Hey. Come here. at the little kitten. So last night I fell asleep in this chair, like I do sometimes. And when I woke up... Yeah, that's my finger. When I woke up, I was like leaning like this, and she was like right here. She was just curled up on me. I think she's going to be a bed cat. Like, I think she's going to be one of those cats that is going to just curl up on you and eat with you. But right now, at night, since I do keep my bedroom door open, air circulation, I keep her in her carrier at night, so that if the other cats come up into the bedroom, they don't bother her. They're not bed cats. They don't come up onto the bed very often. Scamper sometimes does, or used to. Hi. Oh, you scrummy? Being a little scrummy kitten? Igneous, look. Look at the little kitty. Look at the little kitty. This is Storm Lost. I rescued her a couple weeks ago. In a lightning storm, in a downpour, under the hedge in front of my house. Yeah, her name is Storm Lost, and she has her own Twitch emote now. Yep, the other cats are like, what the hell is this? And she just wants to play with them. She was like, oh, hey, look at this. She'll, like, if they startle her, she'll arch at them. And the thing is, because as you can see, she's a long-haired floof. The only way you could tell that she's arching at them and going all big fur is because her tail spikes up. Meow. Hi. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. She's also very bitey sometimes. She got her checkup at the vet today. They wanted me to bring her back after a couple weeks to see if all was well, but she's still... There you go. She jumped down to her other chair. There's a cat toy. Hi, little Storm Lost. She's so adorable. But yep, she basically spends the night in her cat carrier in my bedroom, so that the other cats can kind of sniff and not actually get at her, and then she can't just go wandering around the house, because she would. And since my bedroom is upstairs, that means that she would most likely go tumble down the stairs at one point. So you're so tempted to go to the shelter to adopt a kitten? Well, there you go. I didn't have to go to this shelter to adopt a kitten. The kitten screamed for help. We're in the middle of a lightning storm and a downpour. So I'm like, yep. Hi, how you doing, little kitten? I did try to see if the mama cat would come back for her. Mama cat did not come back. It's very possible the mama cat assumed that something bad had happened due to the storm or whatever, and never returned, or whatevs. So, yeah, basically... The kitten cat distribution system has worked perfectly fine. Though, I do have to protect my legs because she does like to climb up my legs. And so not only do I wear long pants in the house again, as opposed to shorts or anything, or jammies, I have a towel wrapped around my legs because protection, I have to wear armor. Over here is about to kick it. Except I barely saved his bacon. Man, you should not aggro everything over here. Alright, let's go find Eladan. Now, she is a handful. Ka's been pretty good about not tearing you to shreds. Yeah, I'm hoping as she gets older, she grows out of some of that. Right now, she has 2 speeds. Hyperactive, aka ludicrous speed, and dead asleep. And right now, she's trying to curl up on the towel I've got wrapped around my over my feet. And she's a very loving kitten. She's very, very nice. One of the things I'm trying to do is to ensure that she has that human contact. Because unfortunately, one of the mistakes I made while I had Mama and her 3 is originally the plan was to not get attached to them and to, you know, find a no-kill shelter for them or a foster parent until they could be forever homed. And, well, that didn't happen. But I never spent enough time handling them while they were kittens and getting them used to being pet all the time. And to, you know, just that connection. So they're still, you know, they only let me pet them once in a while. They don't let me pick them up. Well, Scamper does. Oh, whoops. Oh, yeet. So Mama Cat will let me pet her, but if she doesn't skitter away. I mean, they will all let me pet them when it's food time. But Scamper is the most affectionate out of the elders. And Mama Cat is very affectionate when she lets you pet her. Okay, little monster, that is my toe. That is definitely my toe. Think they will grow more accustomed to being pet and carried? I don't think they will at this point. Because they're going on 7 years old and the Mama Cat's got to be 7 or 8. Alright. You little shit goblin. Let's talk to Eladan and Ost Arndir. Yeah, they are pretty set in their ways as they are. I wouldn't expect them to change that habit. Though, it didn't used to be, like, Noodle never used to let me pet her at all, even when it was time for food. But now she does. So there's that. And, Scamper has always been a whore for attention. So much so that if somebody else is getting attention, she's like, I want that attention. Give me. Get your horse off of here. Wow, that was a rubber band. By the way, look how gorgeous the skies are in this game. Holy shit. So, one of the things that we heard yesterday is that at least one other member of the OG Lotro team has come back to the company. And Scenario mentioned Rob Ty by name specifically, and I'm like, wait, he left? Because I remember meeting him at the studio one day, back when he was animating Shelob for Remerchant. So I had not been aware that he had left, but now apparently he's back as of this expansion, so that's kind of exciting. And for a while, I think he was the only animator they had. Oh, by the way, if you play DDO or want to play DDO, there's a shit ton of freebies available. There's also a free quest code in Lotro. And everybody in this chat, use this code even if you're currently VIP, because you never know what may happen. Your VIP may go away. Like, you know, finances are shit sometimes. You know, it happens. In the Lotro in-game store, you're going to type the code Explore Our World. All caps, all one word. That will unlock every single piece of non-free game content up to and including the fate of Gundabad at 1:30. Actually, you get to 1:40 by the time you're done with Gundabad. It's awesome. Yes, Igneous, do that shit. I mean, you being a formative, you should get all the cool shit, but that's just me. That's my opinion. This is my opinion. But I don't control anything. So if you go to the launcher, the code's right there on the launcher. Explore our world. Unlock a trove of quests, raids, and landscapes for free! And that code is available now till November 3rd. But on the DDO side, you want to get logged into a character on your favorite world. Oh man, which expansion did you buy, Holly? Hopefully it wasn't Gundabad. Kevin with the gifty! Hell yeah! Hell yeah. I like gift subs. By the way, it is September. Any new subscribers get 30% off until the beginning of October. Uh-oh. Somebody's either shooting off fireworks or firearms. I just heard somebody shoot something outside. Okay, we got the brothers. Alright. So we've got the brothers. We've got... Alright, we gotta ride is what we gotta do, because we need to go to Tumbamale. Man, Tumbamale needs a stable master. Okay, we need to go talk to a tree. Honestly, the best way to get there is to go south from IFL. We're looking inside a horse. But yeah, Igneous, they've got a bunch of the OG devs. Seraphina came back. I don't know if you remember her. Seraphina's back. Doing Jacob's job now. I love Seraphina. And of course, you know, Matt and Alan are back. In fact, you should totally watch Matt and Alan's We Have a Cave Troll every second Thursday of the month. It's hilarious. Talking about how they make the game and whatever they feel like talking about any given day. Are we going the wrong way? Why did I never notice this ginormous ship king head? Okay. Well, I'm running into rocks. Excuse me. Am I going the wrong way? I am totally going the wrong way. Chat, why didn't you tell me I was going the wrong way? Excuse me, Haradrim warrior. And here we are, riding through Italy. Ooh, I'm sorry, Peneth Gellin. Your kitty was distracting you. How dare. How dare the little furball. Oh, we're still going the wrong way. Gosh, dang it. Chat. Chat. I gotta get around this little firth. You'd be totally lost here? Yeah. But it's beautiful. It's a beautiful country to be lost in. The green hills of Peneth Gellin. Your kitty likes to hop in your chair and curl up on your lap. Yeah. It's one of the downsides of being a large person like myself. There isn't really much lap that the kitten can curl up in. But she does like to climb up my legs and perch on the arm of my chair. And then climb over here onto the table and curl up on the keyboard. Or walk on the keyboard. I've actually kind of scared people at least once in the DDO Discord. When I had it in focus and the kitten was on the keyboard. And everybody saw Druidsfire's typing. And like, oh shit. Oh my god, your kitty's a chunk! Well, Storm Lost is only 1.3 pounds. She was 0.9 pounds 2 weeks ago, so she's growing. She's getting bigger. I do try to take very good care of her. And normally I would close my bedroom door and let her roam around the bedroom at night. And hopefully encourage her to be a bed kitty. Except I would be so worried about, you know, let's say I roll over in my sleep and squish her. Or, you know, she gets into something she ought not to be getting into. And, you know, there's a few things that I can do to make my bedroom kitten safe. But I'd be so worried about, you know, she's too small to be roaming around the bedroom at night. I mean, I could leave her down here in the office overnight, but I would still be worrying. So, it's just better that she's where she is. She's in her carrier at night. Normally, I like to make sure she's fed. And has used the litter box before I put her in the carrier at night. And since I don't sleep as much as I should, there's no chance of her going hungry. And I also put a little dish of cat food in the carrier with her at night. So if she does get hungry, she's got snacks. And then, you know, once I start stirring in the morning, she is wearing little mews start happening to let me know, Mom, I'm hungry, and I gotta pee. So far, she's actually been really good about not peeing in the cat carrier, which is surprisingly nice of her. Good control for a little kitten, I gotta say. As opposed to, like, the very first night that I had her, and I was holding her here on, it might have been, like, the second day or something, that she just, like, peed on me. I did the box thing before moving to the cat carrier. Yeah, she was in a box. And then she used to, like, you know, she wanted out of the box. Should she jump up and be like this, like the David Tennant meme? Yeah. And then when the first time she crawled out of the box and realized, hey, I could get out of this, I knew that she would never stay in the box, so I basically said to hell with it. And now she doesn't have a box. She just has the cat carrier for at night. And sometimes she'll just, I have it on the floor open. Sometimes she'll just go in there and lay in it, you know, on her own. She's like, I'm gonna eat here. But a lot of times she'll be in the chair next to me. Hello. Alright. Now we can go to Pelargir. Yeah, I only had the cat carrier for her, like, the first couple of nights. Whoops. I'm trying to get up out of here. Yeah, I only did the cat carrier for, like, as soon as it became clear that she wasn't going to stay in the box, then it was cat carrier time. Because I don't want anything to happen to her while I'm sleeping. At least in the cat carrier, she'll be safe. She has food. I mean, she can piddle in it if she wants to. She can poop in it if she needs to. It's a nice soft. I've been rotating out, you know, the bedding in there. Sometimes it's a sweatshirt. Sometimes it's a scrap of some crafting cloth that I had floating around that's very soft. Oh, the screen finally turned itself off. That's nice. So yeah. She's a good little kitten. What are you doing, little monster? Come here. No. What's wrong, Lost? Oh, you wanna play? Oh, you wanna play? Yeah, she's in hyper mode right now. And here, lots of freebies. To go back to the freebies. Explore our world in Lotro unlocks most of the quest content. There are 2 pieces of content post Gundabad that are on sale for 99 points. One is the Return to Karn Doom quest pack, and I completely forget what the other one is. Okay. But that's not King's Lebanon, is it? Let's see if we wind up in the wrong Dol Amroth. Over on the DDO side, there is the code DDO PAX West. There's the code 100 slots, which ends tomorrow night. DDO PAX West, I believe, goes until Tuesday, question mark? These are all capital letters. All one word. DDO Strim, STRIM, will unlock the Keep on the Borderlands quest pack, a bonus items thing, and a snowy owlbear pet. The DDO PAX West code is 1 per account. And you want to make sure you open that one on the correct character. So make sure you redeem it on the right server and on the right character, because when you open, he'll give you a starter pack plus a green gelatinous cube pet. If you open the starter pack, it'll give you a bind to character bag. So you want to be careful when you open that bad boy. Well, let's go to Polar Gear, I guess. There's also some codes to get you some free airship decoration items. There's codes to help you rename your DDO characters' surnames, not their first names. You do need to get your characters off the 32-bit worlds by functionally tomorrow night. So Igneous, you probably want to log into DDO and do that this weekend if you have the time. I sent my characters to the Peregrine server, just so you know. Okay. Let's go find the Sea Longin Lord. We're just gonna ride the regular horsey through town. Yep, August 31st was announced as the end date for the 32-bit worlds, but functionally, they're shutting down at like 9 a.m. on Wednesday, but I would just do them this weekend, get it out of the way. And that goes for both Lotro and DDO. On the DDO side, I moved most of my characters to the Shadowdale server. And if you want a low-level guild with most of the basic ship buffs going on, then you can join my guild on Shadowdale. It's surprisingly called the same thing, Ready for Gallifrey. Surprise. I still have to finish my last transfers of my character from my other account. I have an alt account in DDO, and I hadn't done the transfers of those characters yet, and I was prepping them earlier today. And after the stream, I will send them on their way. Okay, is this the caged bird? Could be Gualong. I think probably it is. I got a nude deed. Alright, let's... I'm gonna go talk to Sergen. Now I can use the whistle. Now we have to go all the way back to talk to Leaf Shade and to Bamala. I might actually blow a mithril coin on that. If you have a kin leader in Lotro, you will not be able to transfer them until you sell your kinship house. Sell or abandon, whatever you gotta do. Otherwise, you know, Wiki, you won't show up in the transfer menu to transfer. Make sure you clear out your storage and whatnot. Read the transfer document on Lotro.com. It'll tell you what you need to know. Hi, kitten. That is my foot. You just tumbled past. She can definitely be hyperactive for sure. And yes, I am skipping the quest text. Don't anybody tell Jeff, aka Maid of Lions, because he'll be sad. I don't like to have Maid of Lions sad or mad at me. Alright. Alright. I've got a crap ton of mithril coins. I'm going to call an audible and actually use one. Could be, oh, it's gonna cost 5. Worth. Totally worth. Why are people always talking a lot when I'm streaming? I'm gonna talk to Burbs. So if you're a Bjorning, you actually can understand Gualong. And you'll get different, get some additional text. Yay! Oh, crap. Now we need to go to Lodkirian, but at least we're not too far away. So we planned this one well this time around. That's my foot, kitten. Yes, that is indeed my foot. Thank you for noticing. That is indeed my foot. Alright, we got about another hour to go before I'll call it and let y'all putter around. But it's good to have y'all here today. We had a lot to talk about. A lot going on in both Lotro and DDO this weekend. Tons of stuff going on in World of Warcraft as well. No Man's Sky just put out another big honkin' update. Come on, stop rubber banding on that rock. Come on. Come on. There we go. I'm falling through the world. Or maybe not. I'm gonna blame Scenario, aka Matt Elliott, for all of these freaking rocks in my way. Because he's the one that built this area. Which means it's awesome. Oh, that's also one thing we did learn from the housing Q&A that was held with D'Enco de Milieu the other day. Yesterday, in fact. Scenario is not the only dev working on housing anymore. I mean, he's been the main dude, and there have been other people who have worked on it. Like somebody who used to be on the team called Bakata. Maybe they came back too, I don't know. But there is definitely a strong sense of the band getting back together for the Lotro and DDO dev teams. It's always nice, Elise Walla came back, Lansu. Kodog came back, one of the engineers. Hold. Hi. That's my nosy. That's my nosy. All the games are having updates. Yeah. Ark's going to be releasing the Valguero map in their remastered Survival Ascended at the end of September, so that'll be exciting. Oh, by the way, I will not be streaming next Saturday because next Saturday Professor Corey will be in Vancouver, British Columbia, doing Cascade Moot. Oh, hello. Hello. And since that will be on Pacific time, it probably won't end until sometime after I normally start streaming. So next week, no Saturday stream, but I'll see what I can do to make up for it a different way. Are you squirming? Are you squirming? You being a squirmy kitten? You being a squirmy kitten? Are you being a squirmy kitten? She basically, when I rescued her, she was of an age that she would still, for example, nurse, I suppose. But she was far enough to where she didn't need to. That's my thingy. This is my life. It'd be nice if you spent this much energy on washing your own fur. So the question is, did I get all of them? Now the twins. We got Brutus, we got Gillingham, twins, we got Gualong, we got Sigileth. One thing about getting your finger licked by a kitten is the kitten's tongues are not yet like sandpaper, unlike the adult cats. The adult cats will just be like sandpaper. But Mommy had a shower today, Holly. I don't need to get clean. One of these days, going into this room for the first time will not do that. But that is not this day. Though it is kind of fascinating to see under the world for a few moments. Like, we know the fountain has, like, a thing that dips down into the ground. Yeah, Kyvar's notes on the crew is your only in-game clue to who you should be going for. And if you're already this far on it, you can't read it anyway, so... We're just going to have to assume we found everybody. So there's 5 the quest will tell you to find, and 5 that you have to go find on your own. And so the 5 you find on your own are the twins, the bird, the merchant, Sigileth. No, Sigileth is not one of them. Let's go turn this screen on and see if I remember. Yeah, we got Elladan and Elro here. We did Gallengam. Gondor was the other one. Yeah, we got his. Gualong and Brutus and Rosarin. Alright, we got them all. Alright, Kyvar. Let's go to Peneth Gellin. It's my fingy. What are you doing? What are you doing? She's definitely growing her teeth in for sure. She's got teeth. She does this thing that when she wants to, like, you know, when a cat would normally spit at you, not hiss at you, but actually spit at you, you know, a short shock, you know, exhalation. She manages that. It looks like she's barking like a dog would, you know, bark, bark, right? But It just comes out like a little coughing sound. It's adorable. Alright. I'm about to set sail. Alright, let me see what's going on in this Discord real quick. There's a lot of chat happening. Kitten tried to jump up my leg and then she fell down and hit the floor. Hold on, what's going on here? Uh-oh, she's playing with the remote control. Don't switch the source. No. Hi. There's a kitten who is stalking my fingies. She's wiggling her butt. And now she's getting pets. Get your butt. You are so pretty. Yes, you are. You're just a big ball of fluff. You're a big ball of fluff. You gained 0.4 pounds this past 2 weeks. You're bigger than you were 2 weeks ago. Meow. Get the little kitten. Alright, let's send the ship on. Let's go. She's squirming. He walks right through me. I wonder if elves live among the sea folk that call Umbar their home. I'll put this question to the Corsair Daxamat sometime in the next few days. No, you can't have those. No, you may not have those. She hates being thwarted. She does hate being thwarted. I think she actually might be hungry, but she'll get food in a little bit after the stream. Squeak, squeak! She does squeak! She's very high-pitched right now. It is a pretty impressive bridge, it is not, yeah. So he's the fighter and she's the thinker. Okay, got it. I don't know why, but I really, really like this. This little hutch over, you know, the doors downstairs. I really like it for some reason. Wonder if she'd been born a dwarf. It's a functional ship, not a pretty ship. Got it. I don't think there should be water down here. It seems most inauspicious. Copy that link. Okie dokie. Let's run through this little leaky ship. Oh my god. Why is there water on the ground? I'm sorry, on the deck. It's not the ground, it's the deck. Nobody else? Sigilith wants to talk? Okay. Expect treachery and villainy. Okay. Do 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 do. Then you can go through all of these if you like. And when you're done going through all of those, or if you're just wanting to rush, you can go back down and talk to Kyber. Did we talk to Sir again? No, he was... yeah. We talked to him on deck. And of course you had to jinx it right there. Kyber Jesus. You should know better than that. At least it's been easy. Dumbass. Let's go weather the storm. Well, that's not good that the ship is foundering that badly. We also have to remember that this was the expansion that brought us the update to the water in the game. And oh my god, it was so good. That update was so good. I'm punching Stormdrawn spirits. No! We're gonna crash. Brace for impact! Oh no! We're in the water. The poor wave hunter is all smooshed on the rocks. Yep, I'm alive. Here I am. It used to be like a loud crash. I think I know what happened though. Hold. Yeah, that's what happened. Like, where's my voice acting? Durr! I turned that shit down. That's what happened. Ay, ay, ay. Doxamat.
We are lucky to be alive.
Eyes upon us in the tree line. No one has seen Gondor. Where'd he go? Hi guys. What's up?
The storm chewed up your ship and spat you out, stranger.
They didn't like us. Yeah, we kind of taste. It tastes
There
funny.
will be little for us to salvage today.
Yeah, don't even try to salvage. I will punch you in the nuts. I can say that since I'm not on the official channel right now saying that.
I knew I did not like sailing. How can it be that Sirgon missed it?
Sirgon
Some
is a
of the
wacky
crew have
boy.
already gone to scout the neighboring isles.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, so now that we're here, we've got 5 required. Sirgon, Doxamot, Noriel, Sigileth, Legolas, and Gimli. And then we have the optionals of the twins, Galengam, Gualong, Gongur, and Bruitus, and Rosarin. So I'm going to do the optionals first. At least start on them, because at least the main ones will give you the quest arrows. The optionals will not. So before that, we're gonna do this. Dock Master! Hi.
It is a fine day indeed.
It is a great day. Alright. And I'm debating what I'm gonna have for snacks afterwards. I might get ice cream. They did have like the mid-tier store brand had buy one get one free of their black raspberry chip ice cream. Or I could just go with a regular chocolate chip. I'm not sure which I like. I mean, I like them both, obviously. Jump to present. You've made root beer floats? Ooh, that sounds tasty. Alas, I have no root beer.
Many of the sailors who crewed the Wave Hunter sustained injuries during the storm.
That's the same voice actor as one of the elf boys. Let's go find Bruitus. And yeah, I'm gonna make a point to buy the Wave Hunter. Where is she? I thought she was over here somewhere. Because eventually we'll get to this thing. But where is Bruitus? Oh, there she is. Hi.
Rosaron has enlisted you to help me gather the ingredients I need to brew the salt.
Yep. Wild boar. One might say that I'm a wild boar. Okay. Alright, let's go get the tree bark from up there. Kind of want a banana split. You know, I haven't had one of those in forever. But one thing I also kind of want, Viennetta. My god. When they brought Viennetta back last summer, I bought the shit out of it. Because I hadn't had one of those in like 20 or more years. Since I was a kid. Okay, so more years. Because you could only get them from, like, the Good Humor truck. Muad'Dib! If you didn't know, the Jerboa is basically Muad'Dib. Alright, one more set of wildflowers. Okay. Oh, that was almost a party foul.
You found the things I need.
Yup, I did. I'm such a helpful hobbit. Let me up, let me up, let me up, let me up! I'm so short. Hey! That's no fair! You stupid game.
Your timing is just about perfect.
All done? Very good. And thank you.
Alright, we did that one. Gotta clean those bags out later. Let's see. Eladon and Elro here. Are gonna be over on this island right here, so basically southeast of us, southwest of us, the other south. Okay, we're gonna go that way. We're gonna go this way. Ugh. Time to do a little swimmy McSwim. And yep, jumping while swimming still lets you go faster. Though it does make your viewers want to puke. We are going to go to Marnafra just to unlock the Dock Master to make our lives easier. Actually, I think we can get to it more quickly by going this way around the island. Got about a good 20 minutes left. Got a crow. Come here, I'm gonna punch you in the face. So there. Ba-ba-da. A goblin pirate cutthroat. Wow. And then we roll into town. Hi, Nariel. How you doing? We're not here for you yet. Ow. 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 You're attacking me. Punched him in the gabanzas. I have a kitten on my footsie. There's a kitten on my foot. Alright. Hi.
Yahoy!
Yahoy! Okay, so we are now here, but we need to go that way to get to that island to the southwest. So let's think of how we're getting out of town. Do you mind? I'm busy. I'm gonna punch you in the cummerbund. I don't think you can actually leave town from here. I don't think. No. The kitten is on my footsie! You love the layout of this town? Yeah. And I noticed that they borrowed the plaster textures and colors and used them for some interiors in the new DDO expansion. In places that it totally worked. I think they've used some of the brickwork, but none from this particular. I'm gonna punch this guy because he's orange. And now that I realize that sounds like really bad since I was talking to Igneous Orange. No, I wasn't trying to punch you, sir. I promise you I was not trying to punch you. Though, when we did play Locho together, I was playing Brawler, whose name was Sucker Punch. Alright, we're gonna go this way to get up out of town. Because we need to go around town. We need to... get around town. Get around, I get around. Get around, woohoo, I get around, I get around. Rest in peace, Brian Wilson. Who knew there were shipwrecks up here on these islands? Wow! Didn't mean to do that. But hey, it kind of worked. It got us kind of where we need to go. Woo-hoo-hoo! Ah, we're gonna die, aren't we? Oh, we're totally gonna die. Oh, wow! We did not die! How the hell do we manage that? I'll take it. I will take it. Ugh, I fell off my horsey. I made a sploosh. I made a sploosh. Okay, we are actually here. We need to go over to this island and look for some elf boys. But look at this water tech. Just look how good it is. And there's like a dude standing right next to Elrohir.
My brother and I thought to scout Bakjad and avoid notice, but...
My name is Yahim, and I am not one to refuse aid when it is offered.
It has definitely come a long way, especially since they were able to backport it to other places in the game, so makes the rest of the game look better as well. That's hella good. Hello, buddy. I definitely want snacks. I've only had some tater tots earlier today and some chicken for supper. So, Druid definitely needs to have snacks after the stream. Okay, where's the sword? Where's the sword? Oh, hi guys. What you up to? It's not very substantial. I didn't eat anything until after I came back from the vet visit. Poor little Stormlost was very scared. Her ears were flat against her head. And she was shivering and just basically trying to hide. Poor soul. Poor soul. On the eastern side of Mar Nefra. Which, hey, we're going there anyway, so let's go. We're gonna take the swimmy way back to Bar Nefra. Now, this was her second vet visit. The first time, she wasn't as scared, which was surprising me a little bit, I'll be honest. She was very happy to start exploring. I think it might have been that I forgot to bring her favorite towel with me this time. So last time I had the towel, and so I had like the carrier on the table there, and then the towel like right outside it. So as soon as she came out of the carrier, then it was the familiar towel that she could smell. And it's like, oh, hey, it's my towel. And we'll just do the swimmy around. But there may very well have just been some smell or something that startled her. Because, you know, there were dogs, you know, in the vet last time around, and they didn't seem to bother her last time. But something definitely got her scared this time, and I don't know what it was. But eventually she got over her fear and started exploring when the vets were doing their thing. Hello, welcome, Futtertaus. We're getting toward the end of our stream tonight. But she most absolutely did not like getting her distemper shot. She hated it. And obviously it pained her. But, you know, you gotta let her have her meds, her shot. And she'll be back in 3 weeks to have a follow-up visit. And at that point, she'll be old enough and hopefully big enough for them to feel comfortable, like, you know, drawing the blood for, you know, the various samples and whatnot. And they did accept a stool sample. It was very fresh. Like, literally, the kitten used the litter box minutes, I tell you, before it was time to take her to the vet. So, perfect timing. It's like, here, have some poo. She didn't mind going to the vet, and the previous vet would always mention how much the staff loves her. Everybody's like, come look at the kitten! Everybody's like, come look at the kitten! She's a very feisty little kitten when she wants to be, though. Let me out of the water!
Thank you for returning my sword to me. How would I make my living without it?
Alright, now we got the boys' quest done. Gualongs is out in the boonies. Galengams is actually... Let's see... Yeah, his starts on Zamazir, close to Halrax. It's a little ways away. Gualongs is way to the north. Gondor, his is also pretty far to the north. It's all pretty far away. What I might want to do is let's actually go back to Voyage's End and turn in the quest with the boys. I'll be honest, their side quest was the most exciting one for me because it was the one that told us that there were elves in the south. Actually, we could do Nariel's, because Nariel's is here. Nariel is here.
I could not wait. My son Thorongil is still a captive.
Yep, we know. It's a thing.
It has been said in the Green Hills that the enemy of one's enemy may be a friend. For a while.
Alright, we're gonna beat people up. Now here's a thing. I need to check something. That wasn't the button I wanted. Okay. So, if I do nothing, we won't get the more interesting option for the other optional crew member we could pick up. Because if you don't do the Halrose quest in the Shire at level 65, or you choose Halrose must stay in the Shire, the game default... No, if you choose Halrose must stay, if you've done the quest, or you don't do the quest at all, either way, the game defaults you to as if you told Halrose to stay in the Shire. And we know there's one big consequence to Halrose staying in the Shire. So chat, should I go back and do the Halrose quest and choose that Halrose must go? If you know why I'm asking, it will be more interesting. It'll be one of those things that's like, oh my god, Maid of Lions, you did that? Now, I'm not going to do it tonight. I'm not going to go back. If we choose to go back and do that quest tonight, or do that quest, I'm not going to do it tonight. Basically, the Driftwood quest. Who Driftwood is depends on the Halrose thing. And personally, I like the happy ending, not the oh, that's so sad ending. What do you think, chat? Do we go for the happy ending? Toss a coin. I don't have a coin handy. You're fine with either? Okay. Roll. One D2. Oh. The slash roll command will only work in a fellowship or a raid. Well, shit. You know what? The last run through had the less interesting version. So this run through, we're going to do the interesting version. So after the stream at some point, before I continue playing this character, I will go back to the Shire. I will tell Halros that he must go. In fact, let's go to the Shire now. Viabri. I should have just gone to my house in Belfast. And then just taken the thing to Mickle Delving straight. Okay. But the thing is, I don't know if I can go straight to taking Halros's quest, though. I think I have to be on the Grey Company quest to even go talk to Halros. But let's go find out. We'll go find out real quick. Oh, crap. There's people playing music. Hello. All the usual people. Killam is here. Killam and Mari are here. I'm gonna hug them. And Finny is here. Teeny? Alright. Oh, it's the Animal House show. Alright. Alright, it's Saturday night. Miazine is giving away pets or something. Wait, hold on. Does that kill him and Mari? Hold on, hold on. Ah! Wrong button. Nettie! Yeah, that is a reverse stream bomb. Hey! Tell Killam to go read Discord DMs here in a minute. I'm going to DM them some codes they need to use on their DDO account. Or Killam can be in chat too, I don't know. I'm going to go talk to Halros for reasons.
What can I do for you?
Thank you! Mickle Delving? Mickle Delving? Mickle Delving? Thank you. Let me quickly send a message to Cullum. Professor Teacher G with a raid! Oh my god! Don't do this to me! I was about to go get some... I don't know, get some ice cream or something. Welcome in, raiders! The last time PTG raided me... Oh man, go to the party tree. Let's see if I crash at the party tree. So that was a glam drink thing more than anything else. The last time PTG raided me, somebody who came in with the raid helped me get some pretty blue mounts in World of Warcraft. Wait, what's your name? Oh, for a second there I thought it was Bluebell. I'm like, wait a minute, that's my character's name. So yeah, Angel helped me get all of the cool mounts that you could get by doing certain things in the Horrific Visions things. There's one more mount that I need to get off my ass and grind the merch, or grind the currency for. Yeah. I was debating, I was in the shield aisles doing the shield optionals, and then I remembered, did I do the Halros quest? Because that's important. Because that'll change who Driftwood is if you've done the Halrose quest or not. If you've done it and said Halrose must stay, or you never did the quest, the game defaults you for the Driftwood quest to Halrose stayed in the Shire. However, if you do the Halrose quest at level 65... Holy crap. I did not have the stable
Is
point.
there something I can do for you?
Oh, Jesus. I don't have most of the stable... Oh, that's Yondershire. Never mind. If you tell Halrose to go, then Driftwood in the Shield Isles is somebody very, very different. Mr. Halrose doesn't have a quest for me. So I'm going to have to go back and start the quest line to collect the Grey Company. Halrose is your favorite. Halrose is a cinnamon roll. Yeah. But it is 11:52. I have to be at work at 9 a.m. So unfortunately, as much as I love the fact that you just raided and shit, hi TD. You 103 shared bank slots. Oh crap, I'm not remembering all the codes off the top of me head. Here we go. Somebody already updated that post on the forums. Alright, so I'm going to leave this character here. So, hey, there we go. I raided chicken and waffles. I'm sad because when I was in Indianapolis, I went to a restaurant where my sister was paying, so, you know. And they normally have chicken and waffles. But on Sunday night of Gen Con, they did not have chicken and waffles. I was very sad. Yup. Squirt some syrup over their waffles. If anybody makes a mess with their waffles, TD gotta clean it up. So before you all go, I'm gonna show you something really, really cool. Wherever she ran. Oh, there she is. Come here. You little rat. Come here. Come on. I'll get your tummy. Since you're all here, look at this. This is Stormlost. She was sleeping on my foot. Yeah, little squeaky. Look at his little fuzz butt. Look at his little fuzz butt! She is very fluffy. Meow. Meow. She has her own Twitch emote. So, one of the benefits of being a subscriber to this channel, you get the Stormlost Twitch emote. You also get the Old Thief Kitty Twitch emote. I believe she's definitely won the role of Stream Kitty. Because she doesn't mind being pet or being held. Well, the others don't mind being pet, but only at certain points. Chatter on the Chatteron fan club. Wow. That person really loves himself. There, Holly has the Stormlost kit and the Stormlost emote. Little Zeepy. Little kitty Zeepy. Look at her, she's so pretty. So she is about a month and a half old. Kill him! Kill him! Look at the little buddy, little fuzzy butt. She might actually yawn. Look at that cute little yawn. Little tiny toe beans. Want to see little tiny toe beans? Look at those little tiny toe beans. That is a baby, Mystic Artemis. It is a baby. She baby. She's small. She's small. Yeah, I gotta go too. I love that you rated PTG. I love your community. She was on my Discord list. She eepy. Like, she eepy. But I need to go, because she's about a month and a half old. I rescued her 2 weeks ago in the middle of a downpour lightning storm outside my house. I was crawling under a hedge. I literally hedge dove. Now I can't get up. You know I can't get up, right? This cat is like Mjolnir. And I'm not worthy. But yeah, I do have to go simply because I do have to work tomorrow. So, yeah, I gotta go. So, you know the drill. Be good. If you can't be good at, or be kill 'em, you know, same diff. I will be on the official DDO channel tomorrow night. There are some free codes for DDO that you will want to use. One of them expires tomorrow. One of the other ones expires on the 2nd. And some of them expire later on. But there's some really good codes for like free classes, free races, free last name renames. 100 shared bank slots expires tomorrow night. Renaming your pets, renaming your... yeah. Get a free pet, another free pet, a starter pack. Expires the 2nd, so yeah, that's the DDO packs one. And there's one that gives you a free starter pack, a different starter pack that gives you the Keep on the Borderlands quest pack and some bonus items, including a mount and a snowy owlbear pet. So, yep. Thanks for being here, everybody. I appreciate you all. Thanks for the raid, PTG. Oh, you're looking up at me? Oh, your baby's so cute. Yeah, that's my nose. Hi. Hi. Not so bad for having to recover all of my stream stuff from the fact that there's a drive sitting on my desk that died. Oh, you are a very eepy kitty. Alright.